Who you trust more on Sunday, man? Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow?
Oh, man, this is not hard. It's Matthew Stafford. And obviously, neither one of y'all ever worked with Emmanuel Webster, huh? You remember Webster? Y'all know? Okay, I'm sorry. Everybody at home giggling, and here I go showing my age.
Old
Okay.
man
Y'all don't know Webster? Like after different strokes and Arnold.
Yes, he was
don't do that with your hand. Let me talk about this. So Matthew Stafford, to me, is obvious. Then I started doing my homework, my research, looking at the numbers. I was like, calm down, Wiley. It's not as obvious, but to me, the nod still goes to Matthew Stafford. Why? I trust Matthew Stafford more because he has more experience than Joe Burrow in the league. Even though he took his lumps in Detroit, obviously he is right his wrongs with his 3-0 campaign as a L.A. Ram. More importantly, you look at the stats, they still favor Matthew Stafford over Joe Burrow. Now, in this experience, I don't think Joe Burrow will flinch. I don't think Matthew Stafford will flinch. So then you start to look around and you say, okay, who is better supported to go out there and show their full potential? Once again, that's the Los Angeles Rams and their offense versus Cincinnati Bengals and their offense. It's the Rams and Sean McVay and their coach versus Bengals and their coach and Zach Taylor. So for me, it was a little tougher than I anticipated, but I still have to go with the team that is going to be supported by the better quarterback, even so slightly. It's Matthew Stafford.
Exactly. And for me, I would have to sit back and say, obviously, what you're saying pretty much with the experience. But the only deal is that Joe Burrow is only a second-year player. So you don't know what Joe Burrow could become. If Joe Burrow was in the same situation with experience as Matthew Stafford, we would be saying the same thing, right? And so for me, that's why I said this is a hard question, because at the end of the day, cool Joe Burrow, Cartier glasses, I won't even peek at you, even though we've been sleeping on him this entire time.
Yep.
He's in the Super Bowl as a second year. And first year, he tore his ACL.
Talk about it.
Right? So for me, it is a hard question, because who do you really know who's going to perform? Because this is their first time being in this game.
Yeah.
And Matthew Stafford with the Lions, obviously, he was Matthew Stafford for a little bit, but at the same time, now he's with the Rams, he's in the Super Bowl. Right?
Yeah.
But Joe Burrow's in the Super Bowl as a second-year player. So, I mean, for me, I'm going to have to go, team-wise, like you said, I'm going to have to go with Matthew Stafford, that they have the better team. And Matthew Stafford does have OBJ, and he has Cooper Kupp. But at the same time, Joe Burrow has a nice receiving core, and that receiving core is underrated.
Yep.
It's underrated. Jamar Chase, 222 yards versus the Kansas City Chiefs. What a performance. And then you got Higgins, you got these guys. I'm watching these guys from a wide receiver standpoint, and I'm seeing how these guys is getting open, running 5-yard under routes, catching the ball on third down, making big plays. We've been sleeping on the Bengals the entire time. We've been sleeping on Joe Burrow the entire time. But, like I said, I got to go with Matthew Stafford because of the experience.
My alarm clock went off on the Bengals. And on Burrow, because I ain't been sleeping on them. I'm up. My notes, I got Joe Burrow, cool, calm, collected. So I love what you say as far as Burrow being collected, Burrow being calm. Here's how I look at it, fellas. When you have never seen somebody in a situation before, you know what I'm saying? When you've never seen somebody in a situation before, you don't know how they're going to act. So all you can do to have a guess at how they might act is, how have they acted in similar situations? So neither of them have been in the Super Bowl before, so we don't know how they're going to act.
Exactly.
But how have they acted in the biggest games of their lives before? Because that's the best way we can try to figure out how they're going to act. My dog Emmanuel.
What did he say, Natty? He said Natty already?
Natty. So look, Joe Burrow in the biggest games of his life, college football playoffs, he had to beat Oklahoma, handedly beat them boys. And after beating Oklahoma, national championship, Clemson, handedly beats them boys. Okay, now he's in the NFL, second year, week 16. Must win. You got to beat the Ravens because you have to get in the playoffs by winning your division. Oh, ball's out against the Ravens. Must win game the next week against the Kansas City Chiefs because you got to get into the playoffs. Balls gets into the playoffs. First playoff game you got to win. It's win or go home. Raiders. Wins again. Second playoff game, Tennessee Titans. You got to win. It's win or go home. Wins again. Third playoff game against the Kansas City Chiefs. You got to win. It's win or go home. Wins again. So when Joe Burrow is in must-win situations, all he has done is win, 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 no matter what. Now, conversely, when I think about Matthew Stafford,
all right, Khaled.
This year Matthew Stafford has been balling. But like Sanders said, like you said, hey, don't look at me like that, Sal.
What you saying, though?
Remember, Matthew Stafford has shown us early on in his career in must-win games, he doesn't necessarily get it done. Now, he has as of late, but every now and then.
He has a better team.
Got a way better team, but every now and then people relapse. We've seen
Yeah,
him.
no.
Yeah.
Relapse.
So
And a better coach.
And a better coach. But we've never seen Joe Burrow relapse because he has nothing to relapse to. So we've never seen Burrow in a big-time game relapse because what would he be relapsing to? Excellence? However, Matthew Stafford could relapse because he could relapse to his failures in Detroit.
Man, it was good, huh? And then you also, I heard you over there chiming in with like, well, it was a different team.
Understood.
And it was a different level.
Yeah, exactly.
But nonetheless poetic, at least. So let's just go there. Man, stop. Like, this reminds me in boxing. You see cats, if you really care about the sport of boxing, the pure sport of boxing, the pure science, you watch cats come up in the amateurs. And then you see champions at the amateur level. And then you're like, I wonder what that dude's going to do when he becomes pro. And then you see him in a championship boxing match. And he didn't do what he did at the amateurs, even though he's at this level, right? You know why? Because things have changed. I'm not trying to slight Joe Burrow. I'm just saying, dog, all that. Look, I won a Pop Warner championship every year. Went to high school, didn't sniff one. Went to college, got close one time. We almost played Texas. No, we didn't. But the point is, those levels don't count. They build up your inner confidence. They build up your inner esteem. But guess what? That doesn't translate to all those around you. You know what does? Talent. And y'all pulling together in that moment. Matthew Stafford can't go out there feeling less than because he played in Detroit and couldn't get over the hump. I would blame Detroit. I wouldn't be Matthew Stafford sitting there saying, I'm not ready for this moment because, you know what? I didn't win a national championship. Oh, Joe Burrow won one. He ain't bringing that squad. LSU ain't playing. College is not applicable right now.
Team.
It is.
And I'm going to tell you what is going to be the difference of this game as well is the D-line, right? For me, I don't have confidence off in Joe Burrow like that because of what I saw with the Tennessee Titans and how they attacked him.
There it is.
When you got Aaron Donald, you got Von Miller coming off the edge, and how the Tennessee Titans did him, Joe Burrow got sacked, 9 times? So if we're talking about the quarterback that's going to have the best game, Joe Burrow might end up in a situation where it looks like he didn't have a good game because he didn't have the best supporting cast
That's
around
fair.
him.
That's fair. The difference for me is this, and I've been talking to Marcellus about this all week long. Even though Joe Burrow statistically might not look like he's having the better game, for whatever reason, Joe Burrow finds a way to win. He's a baller. So I'm like, I cannot bet against. And so give me that look. He give me that. What you talking about, Willis?
It's called the defense. Bailed him out every single game. Every single game ended with an interception from the opposing quarterback that was going in for the drive to win or to try to get. So that's how he finds a way. He said, y'all go on the field and play. Huh? You want to go there?
Raiders won some games.
Raiders?
He has won some games. He's a player.
Oh, I'm not going to do this absolute, like all or nothing. All I'm saying is.
I feel like you're saying that because of the defense has won the game.
Oh, yes. Yes, exactly. They've been more important in the playoffs.
So you're saying he hasn't had that game-winning drive to prove to you that he is the guy. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that and some. You want some more, homeboy? Let's talk it. Joe Burrow has regressed in the postseason compared to his regular season numbers. You look at every one of them, you say, oh, really? Now, let's look into those games. See, players up here, let's go. End of the Raider game, how did that end? Derek Carr on the 9-yard line going in, throw an interception. Joe Burrow gets the praise, though. Let's go to Tennessee. Man, come on, Tannehill. You threw 3 interceptions, and you threw your last one on a game-winning drive.
Are you saying Joe Burrow's not a baller?
Oh, no, damn, dog. You really going to come take my seat? He coming to take my seat. I'm not saying he ain't balling. He's Emmanuel. Try to Emmanuel.
Which one you talking to? Which Emmanuel?
You ready for this?
Clarify.
I'm going to clarify it. Tom Brady, when he won the Super Bowl, first year as a starter. You remember that guy? Remember that? I do. Played against the guy. Was he a baller, or was he like, I got a tremendous defense, some special teams, tremendous coach, and guess what? I ain't going to get in the way. That's what Joe Burrow's been doing this postseason right now. Now, the signature moments have come from the defense.
Bro.
If y'all really want to look at it. Chiefs game. Did he throw? Chiefs game. Fourth quarter. Overtime.
Burrow is a baller.
Yes, he is a baller. He's in the damn Super Bowl.
So perfect.
But stop acting. But he said something.
I mean, he's not out there by himself. Obviously, he got a team.
He said he finds a way to win. And all I'm saying is the defense found a way to win. And that's all that is. Emmanuel, clarify now. Bruh.
Joe Burrow is the only reason the defense is in these positions to steal the game. That's been my biggest point. If the defense intercepts Patrick Mahomes in overtime, which they did, the game is not over until Joe Burrow leads them down the field and scores. The only reason that the Bengals still beat the Titans is because Joe Burrow withstood being sacked 9 times.
Kept his poise.
Kept his poise.
All the limbs intact.
That's the point. Meanwhile, Tannehill throwing not 1, not 2, but 3 interceptions. The defense has done a phenomenal job. But Tom Brady, that second year Tom Brady to win Super Bowls. He never threw for 400 yards in a game like Joe Burrow. Tom Brady was going along for the ride of an incredible defense.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's defense is not what Brady's defense was back in 2001. So Joe Burrow
No, they've been opportunistic. It's Brady's defense from last year when we were looking at Tom Brady in the postseason. See, I don't understand why people can't. You can hold on. Tom Brady's the GOAT. Tom Brady in the postseason last year wasn't the same guy. True or false?
He had a great
That's all I'm saying. Joe Burrow this regular season, amazing. Postseason, not the same guy, but with an opportunistic defense, it's working.
Let me go here because we got another question for you.
Defense wins championships.
That's true, and they helped you win your championship.
Yes.
But we got another question for you. Dynamic duo. Okay, Stafford and Kupp, or Burrow and Chase? Who you like?
I mean, that's a tough question, too. I mean, you think about what Cooper Kupp is doing, though. I mean, from a studying standpoint, this dude is studying. I remember the play versus the 49ers. This dude lined up inside edge of the split, and you hear everybody talk about how him and Matthew Stafford are meeting at 7 in the morning. We've been in the NFL. Guys not doing that meeting at 7 in the morning, breaking down film, doing what they're doing. But if you look at the clip, this clip right here that you're seeing with Cooper Kupp scoring that touchdown, he's on the inside edge of the split. I remember sitting at home watching this game with my wife and my son. I told my wife, I said, that play right here is because they're meeting at 7 o'clock in the morning. He had an inside split. He knew the safety, Jakarski Tart, was going to be inside. He ran a corner route and scored on the end zone. That, based off that split, I've never seen that happen like that. But that's coming from studying. But then you got a second-year quarterback and a first-year receiver coming in the league who's coming off a national championship, who's doing crazy stuff, 222 yards versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, Jamar Chase is special, man. This kid is special. And like at first, like what he was doing, I was like, okay, yeah, like Odell was doing that, Jefferson was doing that. But then I see the guy catch a curl route versus the Chiefs and take it to the house, splitting the defender. I'm like, man, this dude is different. I see him in Tennessee, right? The game on the line, he boom, boom, big out route, right? Catching on third down, field goal range. The next thing you know, they're going to the AFC Championship. So it's a hard question, man. These are two great, dynamic, different like duos. But at the same time, they both in the Super Bowl, so they both.
But you got to take one.
You got to take one, man. You can't be on both sides.
If I had to take one right now, I would have to take, because of experience, Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp.
Oh, okay, good.
Where you at?
I saw that balance like them Fendi stripes. I was like, no, you got to pick a side, dog. You got to take one of them off. Hey, this ain't hard. Come on, man. Cooper Kupp right now, and he still has one more game to play, most productive wide receiver season we've ever seen.
100%.
Right? So what are we arguing? Like, I didn't say best receiver this year. I said ever seen. And who's throwing the football? Just a guy on the doorstep of the Hall of Fame that all he needs is that cherry on top, that Super Bowl ring, and everybody's going to say, oh, yeah, he is a Hall of Famer, when you should already say that because the numbers support it. So now we're seeing that duo go against amazing Joe Burrow, coming off injury, second-year player. Oh, a little regression in the playoffs. Who cares? He's in the Super Bowl. You like that? And then Jamar Chase, okay, tremendous. Except every game this postseason, his numbers have went down.
Why?
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 I mean, you asked him.
Taking him away.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's good. That makes my point. I'm going with the team that has the player that he can't take away. Cooper Kupp had 140. Yeah, exactly. 100%. So make my point for me then, Dan.
He also has Odell on the other side as well.
Here where I'm at.
Well, he like Higgins.
I'm taking Burrow and I'm taking Chase. And it's very simple for me. Burrow and Chase's highs are higher than Cooper Kupp's highs with Matthew Stafford. Now, track me with me. We understand in the Super Bowl, you got to play your best. As I'm looking here right now, during y'all's playoff runs, during your Super Bowl runs, I see 5 catches, I see 5 catches, I see 6 catches, I see 85 yards, 62 yards, 83 yards. You was balling. You was playing some of your best games in the biggest moments. You were not playing your average games in the biggest moments. You were playing your best games in the biggest moments. Cooper Kupp, as great as he is, and I said Cooper Kupp should have been in the MVP conversation. As great as Cooper Kupp is, the most receiving yards he ever had in a game during the regular season was 160.
160?
In the regular season.
Okay.
The most receiving yards Jamar Chase had in the regular season was 201 and then 266. So if you are telling me that you are going to play your best game, because in the Super Bowl, y'all know what they say, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Y'all know it. So if we know that you're going to make a big-time play in a big-time game in the biggest moment, then give me the guy whose ceiling is higher. And Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase's ceiling is higher. Now, their floor is significantly lower. Cooper Cooper Kupp didn't have one game this year less than 55 yards. Jamar Chase had 8 games this year less than 55 yards. So I know their floor is higher, but we're not talking about how bad are you going to play. We're all assuming everybody's going to play their best. If Burrow and Chase play their best, Chase has a bigger game.
I can't. I do my job so well. That I come off as a hater. Okay, let's just go. Most receiving yards in the postseason, because this is still the postseason, right? Which is a different season. I always heard that. I don't know. Cooper Kupp or Jamar Chase? Yeah, you know the answer. 183.
Of course.
Cooper Kupp.
Yes, sir.
Jamar, where are all those 200 games at? Oh, no, forget that. 116 is your highest. Not bad. I'm not slighting my homie. He's a young rookie balling. But last time we saw them on the football field, how'd that go? 54 yards, which is the floor, which is the lowest of both of these guys. And then we saw Cooper Kupp, who they're trying to take away, bracket, all these things, 142. Come on, man. Like you said, Cooper Kupp is studying at a different clip with a different level of experience, with a different level of connection, even though Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are amazing. You look at the numbers, you can't take Cooper Kupp away.
Can't take him away.
But let's talk ball.
Can't take away.
Let's talk
That's
ball.
why I had to go with
you make your money in the slot. You made all your money in the slot, correct?
Okay.
I know this is a defender. Where is it easier to get one-on-ones? In the slot or on the outside?
So I think that what we're talking about, it's even bigger than what we seeing.
Oh.
See, Jamar Chase is still a young receiver.
Oh.
When it comes to coverages, he might not know the coverage. If it's man to man, of course, I'm taking Jamar Chase. But Cooper Kupp is ahead of the game because he's studying the game. He knows the coverage. He knows how you're trying to take me away. He knows that if this nickel right here is right here on the outside, I know where to hold at, I know where to seam at, and I know Matthew Stafford knows exactly where to throw that ball. Because he's studying. He's studying the defense. And that's the end of the conversation.
Hey, I got to go here. I don't know why y'all ain't got enough. Acho. Jamar Chase, is he a rookie? Yes. Cooper Kupp just had the most prolific season in NFL history at the position. And there's a conversation of someone else being better.
It's not that Jamar Chase is better.
How do you make that?
All I'm saying is Jamar Chase's highs are higher. And if we know that they are going to peak, if I'm telling y'all on Sunday, every player will play their best. We don't know that to be true, but we know this. Emmanuel Sanders played his best in the Super Bowls. If we know that on Sunday, every player will play their best, then give me the player whose best is higher. And Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase's best is higher. That's all I'm saying. To the point of Cooper Kupp, people don't realize, bruh, it's harder to double a guy in the slot. One, the dudes in the slot can motion, the dudes in the slot can move. It's just harder to double a guy that's moving as opposed to a guy that's static. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase is easier to lock onto than Cooper Kupp. Not sliding Cooper Kupp.
100%. But at the same time, is that coaching? I mean,
fair. Fair.
So what are we talking about? But as far as the question, I got to take Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp because
I can't deal with this reverse racism going on. Christian McCaffrey fought too hard for this right now. He poked through that glass.
Y'all not go to commercial break. If you do not go to commercial break, and don't refer to anybody else as your nickel, they can't lie.